Good evening, all. I had planned to film somewhere on the way home from what I was doing today, but the weather has other ideas, so I'm going straight home. But it's hasn't been too bad today. The dog's with me, and the dog was out having a swim today, and so the back of the car is all steamy and stuff, so I'm trying to dry this car out. But yeah, she had a good time. Where are you going? Thank you. I have to keep my eye on the ball here in this town, because there is a couple of pedestrian crossings that are not lit up with lights, and the street is kind of dark, so it's kind of dodgy. Having an awful lot to talk about tonight, so let's talk about Cecil. Yeah, Mr. Avoidance himself, you know. I noticed the short that he done. For those people that are putting, stalking me and putting stuff in my letterbox and all this kind of stuff, I've got cams. Thing is, he exposed himself there again by doing that. He just proved that his camera's frame rate is completely awful. So, what do you do if you wanted to put something in Cecil's letterbox? Not that I'm saying to do that. Just run like fuck. The camera's not going to be able to keep up. The camera was moving over and back, and it wasn't even moving that fast, and it was pixelating. If you're going to do security, do it right. You know, these Temu cameras are not worth it in the end, you know. Cecil and his Temu cams. God almighty. Do you know, when CCTV is renowned to be pretty horrible as it is, Cecil goes and he buys Temu cameras for $10 or whatever. It's not worth it. It's not worth it in the long run, you know. That is why, when his cat moved, there was he thought his cat was shape-shifting and grew extra eyes and extra legs and shit. That was just his cat moving. And it wasn't moving very fast. That was a while back. That was funny. here's the thing. Cecil is continuing to lie about us. Saying that we're putting out false information and we're stalking them and shit. It's not what's happening. Cecil is suffering from extreme paranoia, and he accelerates what's actually happening. There's nobody following him around. There's nobody putting stuff in his letterbox. I reckon all these allegations of stuff being put in his letterbox, that was him doing that. So, you know, because the writing on the letter, which happened a while back, and the writing on this pen drive or his USB drive seemed to be similar. So I reckon he set that up, and he blamed his trolls for that. You know, we're not stupid, like. You know. There has been times there where Cecil is trying to ignore us and stuff, but the subject around this controversy just keeps coming up because he keeps bringing it up, you know. I'm happy enough to be on my main channel putting out content. I don't need this. You know, the times I spend flipping editing videos talking about Cecil, I could be making videos for my other flipping channel. You know, but do you know what? I'm making a stand. That's the thing. You know what I mean? He says we do nothing but think about him all the time. I don't. I try not to think about him. And the little that I do think about him, it's too much. Do you know what I mean? Do you see the alarming part of all of this? I know Cecil went through, you know, kind of a rough childhood and all the rest of it. But, you know, the people that are being dragged through the mud are these girls. Do you know? And they shouldn't be. I know we don't mention them around like that, but I'm sure they don't want to see Cecil on the internet talking about this stuff. If they want to, you know, move on from this or whatever. But they're constantly reminded of it by the way Cecil reacted to the situation. He handled it extremely badly, and has handled it extremely badly for fucking 10 years. There was another short on his new channel. There's No Face Man. People don't have the balls to face me face to face. Rather do everything on the internet. Cecil, if you're watching, drop a message on one of my videos. I'll pick it up. And I'll drop you a link. Then we can talk virtually face to face. And I promise I will be as understanding as as possible. Yes, I know I take the piss, and I know I give you a hard time, but, you know, we're talking face to face, we're talking business, we're talking serious, you know what I mean? You know? I find it very, very hard to understand why you can't just take responsibility and move on with your life. People will leave you alone then. Do you know? you kind of have an excuse. You see, that excuse would have fucking worked way back if you handled things differently. You know, you had a rough childhood. I understand that. You know, I do understand that. But to fucking drag this on for 10 years, there's no fucking... It's very hard to forgive that. Like, why would you drag it on for 10 years? You know? And blame us for it. You know? Blaming us for editing videos. Jeez, do you think we have nothing else for doing except for editing all of your fucking videos? You know? I thought you were a paranormal researcher, Cecil, and a music producer. I thought you knew about audio and stuff like that. You know damn rightly that fucking audio has never been chopped. It's never been touched. At all. I can't understand how you don't know what layers are. Audio layers. I thought you were a music producer, Cecil. I can understand fucking people that are paranormal. A lot of the time they think they know everything and they don't. You know? But music producing, you know, background noise, background layer, vocal layer, and all the layers in between. I don't know all the layers in between. I only know the basic two layers. Background layer and vocal layer. You know? Vocal peaks, vocal drops. Sound is a wave. There was no breaks in the wave, Cecil. That's the problem. That's the big problem. You know? Be honest with you, I'd just fucking leave you alone and we just fucking took accountability for some of your stuff, you know what I mean? We can kind of work with the rest of it, like. You know, but gee, Mac, some of the things that Cecil comes out with, the guy worked in security. It's very hard to make that sink in. He worked being a security guard. That's mind-boggling to me. When he docks himself, he docks his work, he docks his child's school, and docks his own home by those flipping very security cameras that he used. I mean, like, oh. And then, you know, very often he's very easily steered in a certain direction, if you know what I'm saying. You know, if somebody or a master shredder starts talking about his brother, next thing Cecil comes out with fucking information we never heard of. It's not very hard to fucking get information. You just have to point him in the direction and he just comes out with the stuff. Far too much personal information that he just pours out there. It's crazy. Do you know if he wanted to be a YouTuber, he has the opportunity. You know, he goes camping and stuff like that. Do you know, people like the camping video. People like camping videos. Yet he doesn't do those things. Claims he's into Bigfoot and stuff. Yet he possibly doesn't even know where to start with that. Do you know? I think he's got a camera that I'm filming on now, a little body camera, It's one of the best cameras I've ever flipping used. Now there's newer cameras that record 14 something p. This records in 1296p or something like that. Even though I upload in 1080p and that. And a couple of extra IR lights. You can see whatever the fuck you want in the pitch dark. Especially forests. That fucking infrared light just bounces off the trees. It's flipping amazing. But you never bothered. Do you know? What he seems to be good at, if good at is the right word to fucking explain it, is ranting in his kitchen. I'm doing some cover songs. Yeah, I mean, do your cover songs, be you, whatever, you know what I mean? You know, each to their own. I'm just being honest there. No, I'm not taking a piss or whatever. You know, she hasn't got the best voice in the world, but if you fucking enjoy doing it, fucking have at it. Do what you want to fucking do. You know, but the thing is, you want to move in a certain direction. You want to do cover songs, or you want to do camping videos, or gold prospecting and stuff like that. You can't really do it, can you? Because you haven't addressed the controversy where the problem is. And it's quite easy to fucking just take accountability and move on. Do you know? And I said that a number of times. You take accountability. Stop blaming us. I'll leave you alone. Go back to my main channel. Put all my energy there. You know? And I promise you this. Me and you talk face to face on a live stream. I won't pull any fast ones, I promise you that. Because I'm not. That's not why I want to talk to you live. I want to sort this out. You want people to leave you alone. They're not going to. Simply because you're accusing them of the things that you've done. And that pisses people off. People don't like that shit. And I understand it's a defense mechanism that you have that doesn't really work because, you know, you do have a habit of lying. But then again, Cecil, you had an opportunity, one of your camping trips, after the camping trip, you were in a good fucking mood and you decided you would go live and you would let anybody talk to you. And boy, did that turn into a shit show. You says, I'm not a lie, you're not allowed to lie, you're not allowed to lie, nobody's allowed to lie. What you start doing, you fucking started lying straight away. That's why RV Charity Drive turned on you. He knew you were full of shit. Or is it one of these things that you are just unable to tell the truth? Lying is in your fucking nature. It's just second nature to you to bullshit your way out of things. You can't keep doing that forever, Cecil. You know. It's time to man up. You know? We didn't put the millstone around your neck, you did. You put the millstone around your own neck. God's sake, Cecil, you've got a daughter, like. Daughter's friend is bound to come across your channel and the nonsense you get up to. It must be fucking embarrassing. You know? And your daughter recently came on live stream. I don't know if it was I don't know if she had free will in that situation. I doubt it. You have a habit of wanting her to fight your battles for you. That's not her fucking job. She had nothing to do with any of the things that you got yourself into. Do you know? Like you, she has to learn to take accountability for her actions in life, like the rest of us. But you're a bad example of that. You know? And you twisted her words. She says she doesn't like people, anybody, filming her without her knowing. And you twisted it and put that on us. We didn't film her. You did. How the fuck do we film her? We don't live where you live. We don't film her. You did. We wouldn't have known anything about her, only for you. So yet again, not taking responsibility. And showing your daughter that this is how you manipulate things. This is how you don't take accountability and blame somebody else. This is how you do it. Very bad example for your daughter, Cecil. Why don't you fucking listen to her? Stop twisting her words. That was fucking disgusting, Cecil. She doesn't want you filming her without her knowing. You filmed her, not us. When you put it on us. How the fuck did you put it on us? We didn't film her. You did. Fuck me. It's very hard to understand because it's basic common sense. It's common sense stuff, Cecil, for fuck's sake. This thing about doxing too. Cecil, are you aware that you put a picture of some document with your fucking name and address on it on Facebook? Or was it it was a letter to P. Diddy, for fuck's sake? You put it on Facebook with your address on it. You done a video. With an envelope with a return address on it, on the top of it. I think that was the situation. You done a video anyway with a letter with your return address on it, and you can see partially that address. You put that into Google Maps. Google Maps fucking sorted out the rest of the address, and voila, I was outside your house virtually. And I'm a dumbass when it comes to technology. Your phone number was on a piece of paper when you'd done a video one night. That's how your phone number was leaked. But you blamed your viewers for doxing you. We didn't dox you. You doxed yourself, and you're a security guard. Do you know, sometimes we do stupid shit. I remember I doxed myself. I didn't know I did. I done a video, and I was facing my balcony door, and some kid up the fucking street was looking at my video, and just had a little peep out the back door in the video and seeing where it was, and next thing he wrote in the comments, "Oh, I know where you are, you're just up the road from me, you're in such and such a place." And I had to remove that comment straight away. But that's how easy it can be to dox yourself. Don't fucking film outside your house. Don't film outside your fucking house. Fucking hell, Cecil. I done one video, and it was to do with a product that was ceramic coating for my car, which actually done pretty well. And that video was done outside my house, but I tried to keep the background out of it as much as possible by having the camera down on the car, kind of thing. So I tried to keep the background out as much as possible when I was applying this ceramic coating, and I think it worked. But don't film outside your fucking house, Cecil. It's stupid. But it's just, it's things most of us know. Keep yourself safe, keep your family safe by not saying stupid shit. Do you know? Don't like you. I don't fucking like you. For some fucking reason, every fucking time, I still try to help you. I don't understand it. Do you know? Do you know why I do it? I do it because I hope that in some way that you will learn something and change. But it's been a fucking waste of time, most of the time. Our order of magnitude and his wife often done that too, trying to give you advice. Do you know why? Because they're fucking good people. And because they're trolls, according to you, you won't take any of their advice. Some of that advice you should take will change your life. Do you know? And some of that advice is genuine. It's not trying to pull you into a trap or anything. It's kind of like, I don't know, sometimes it seems like your normal way of thinking is just different than everybody else. And maybe it's your trauma from your childhood and stuff. But you know something? Counselling helps a lot. I've been through stuff. Counselling helps. Talking things through, but you can't just go fucking lying to your counsellor. Oh, these people are trolling me on the internet and altering my videos. You can't just fucking lie to your counsellor. Do you know? Yes, I know you go through counselling for the addiction and stuff. You know, for play. But there seems to be these underlying issues, Cecil, that it's just makes you not think in a normal sort of way. You know? Do you know? You seem to want to keep the ball rolling here. I don't. I don't. I want an end to this. I want this to be sorted. I want everybody to be fucking happy. I want you to be fucking happy for some fucking reason. I don't want you to go to jail. I don't. I'm a true advocate for fucking reform over prison. In most cases. You know? Whoa. Fucking rat or something came out in front of me. Do you know? kind of speaking from experience. I used to fucking blame everybody else for my fucking problems. The stuff that I've been through, I used to behave in a bad way. I used to blame everybody else for my problems. You know? And I worked through that stuff. You know? Do you know what? I've never felt so free after dealing with that kind of stuff. But Cecil, you're dealing with it all the time. You're constantly having to lie. You're constantly having to fight. You're constantly having to attack all the time. And it's not our fault. It's yours. But I'm telling you from the fucking heart here. You're your own worst enemy in this particular situation, Cecil. It's not hard to sort out. Some people are not going to forgive you, Cecil. Some people are going to find it difficult and eventually might, like myself. Because I know you have some serious things to sort out here. And we're not talking about just these children from when you were young. The attacks on women online, that attitude has to fucking stop. Why do you think you're alone in your kitchen now? Ranting and raving by yourself. You're not in any community anymore. You know why? No, you've burned bridges with all the communities you've been in. Well, when you think about it, most of the communities that you were in were fucking these Kanika Jenkins conspiracy nutcases. Do you know? But even with them, you fucking burn bridges. You end up with no friends. Do you know? What really happened between you and Greg? It's a good question. Was it solely over the allegation, or was it beginning to fracture because Greg started seeing patterns, if you know what I mean? Patterns of behaviour that raised alarm bells. You know? Sometimes you have to turn around and say, right, all these things are happening to me. And I don't think it's my fault, I think it's everybody else's fault. But it keeps happening. So is the whole world around me completely stupid? Or am I doing something wrong? That's a question I had to ask myself. Because my attitude was everybody else was fucking wrong and I was right. Then I started losing friends. I started losing people. I'm thinking, right, there's something fucking wrong here. Do you know, especially men, in a lot of cases, they're afraid to talk. They're afraid to show weakness. They're afraid to show vulnerability. But you know something? Sometimes you have to do that in order to get strong again. You know? You can't bury your head in the sand all the time. You're not very good at burying your head in the sand. We take you out of the sand every time. Cecil, I'm begging you, please, please, please. Sort this shit out, because, you know, this is very, you know, I do joke a lot and stuff like that. Behind it all, it's very fucking serious, like. Things happened when you were younger. when you were 17, you were babysitting and these things happened. I'm sure the family wants it all buried and stuff like that. I'm sure possibly those girls want that, they want to move on with their life and stuff like that. You keep bringing it up. You keep bringing it up. And you keep blaming fucking us for it. We had nothing to do with it. The best healing in this situation is just put your hand up and then move on with your fucking life. I swear to fuck, Cecil, I'll walk away. And I made you a promise I'll delete all the videos. I said that a number of times. You can hold me to my fucking word, Cecil. You know? Outside of the workplace, here's the fucking thing, right? Outside of the workplace, you are surrounded by women. You're surrounded by your daughter, daughter's friend, and your wife. Your partner. But online, you seem to have a problem with women. There's something wrong there. What's happening? You know? You know? Those things you need to work through too, Cecil. We can't do it for you. And I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect. I had an attitude like you one time. It's nothing to do with flipping children. I had an attitude like you. I was hot-tempered. Always looked for a way out. Blamed somebody else. Then I didn't like what I became. My world, my life had to be completely destroyed and built from the fucking ground up, Cecil. You know why? I kept trying to build my house on sand, Cecil. The foundations were faulty. The foundations of these behaviours were faulty, Cecil. And every time I tried to fucking build my life up, it fucking fell apart every fucking time. There's a friend of mine. She felt guilty of propping me up. Do you know what she done? She let me hit rock bottom. Then she was there for me afterwards. But she had to do that. And it was hard for fucking her. So then I was able to build a new house. On a stronger foundation. Sorting all those little things out. All those little cracks. I'm saying my fucking life is perfect. I have things to sort out. I'm not where I want to be in my life. But I'm way more content and way more at peace with my life now than I ever was. You only have one chance in life, Cecil. You're wasting it, blaming other people for your fucking problems. Just sort the problems out. Do you know what? People say men are weak if they admit to things or they talk about their feelings and stuff. A strong man puts his hand up and say, I fucked up. That's strong character, Cecil. I'm not going to fucking judge you for it. You know? But you don't seem to have any remorse at all when you turn around and you fucking blame us for altering videos. If you had some sort of remorse, you would have sorted this out years ago. This is a fucking problem there. I can't fucking fix it for you. You have to do it yourself. You know? Things can be different, Cecil. Things can be a lot different. You need to stop fucking. You need to. You need to stop talking about personal stuff when you're fucking on social media and the YouTube channel. A lot of people do that. It doesn't end well, does it? Put out too much information, too much of your personal life. Your personal life is supposed to be a personal life. It's private. Although some people think they're so fucking important that they're going to share their life on the internet because people they want to show off or something. I don't know, fucking know. But personal, talking about personal shit on the internet, it doesn't end well, ever. It's not a good thing. And you keep slipping out with stuff all the time. You know? God damn it, Cecil. I wouldn't mind what you fucking admitted. You admitted to me that in the situation of the babysitting, there was touching happening. Do you know what I fucking said in the comments in your live stream? On your live feed, it was fucking years ago. I was called paranormal pigeon at the time, Cecil. You called me paranormal pagan. You thought I pulled a fucking stunt on you. When you admitted that there was touching and playing house. I said, okay. Make a statement. Let's fucking finish this. Move on with your life. You know, are you remorseful? If you're remorseful, express it. Move on with your fucking life. Do you know what you done? You fucking deleted the stream and then you fucking blocked me. It was so disappointed. Do you know somebody else would have fucking said, I got a gotcha, you see, so I wasn't fucking me. I was saying, fuck, this is over. Thank God this is over, Cecil. And you go and you turn around and you start rambling in your kitchen again, talking about edited videos and stuff. This was fucking a couple of years ago, Cecil. No. This was before even the Robert Did It channel. You know, and you thought that fucking I was going to expose you and because you admitted it and stuff like that. You would have fucking made a statement and said, listen, this is what happened. You know, because you did admit it on the fucking live stream and then you deleted it. Nobody seemed to have fucking seen that flipping live stream. It was insane. But you know something? I wasn't going to make that. I wasn't going to use that as a weapon against you. I thought that was a win for everybody. I thought, thank fuck this is over, Cecil. Thank God. Just make a fucking statement. Move on with your life. That's what I said in the comments. You fucking denied all this shit happened. Oh my God, Cecil. And here we are, fucking years later. Are we any more forward with all of this? With your lies? No. Just... Do you know... If you dealt with this years ago, you wouldn't be in the situation you are in now. Because your name is tarnished for good. because you let this go on for 10 years more. You, not me, not us. You know, not order of magnitude or Irish Steeple or random use or Shredder or RV or anything. You fucking kept the ball rolling. You could have put it to bed. But you just didn't know how. And telling the truth was not an option for you. Even though that night on that live stream I thought you did. I thought it was a historic moment. Cecil admitted to what happened. And he's going to be remorseful and he's going to fucking move on with his life. It's over, guys, it's over. Thought that was going to happen. I thought it was fucking, this is over. But no. You came back then, you fucking doubled down. You called me every fucking name under the sun then. I thought I was only trying to fucking help you. I wasn't trying to pull a fucking fast one. It was 3 fucking live streams, Cecil. You remember that? 3 live streams. One of them is called Order a Beg for Food and Car Parts or something. I ended up changing the subject. You know, when I started off with easy questions and I was building up to the harder questions, we got to the hard questions. Then you, after the stream, you must have looked at it and go, I really fucked up here. I can't admit guilt. I'm fucked. I didn't think it was... I didn't pull a fast one. I thought, fucking hell, Cecil's taking responsibility. Fair fucks to him. This fight's over. Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. And you go and you fucked it all up. That's all you fucking had to do. You fucking idiot. Man. God, oh fucking mighty. So we try to help you. I know we take the piss sometimes. Because you say some stupid shit like. Behind it all is fucking serious. Cecil, just fucking, just take the fucking L. And by taking the L, it's a fucking win. Because you can, if you have a remorseful bone in your body, you would have taken the L a long time ago. Why? I don't know. It's a family trauma or something. I don't know, Cecil. But you can't just keep blaming other people for your fucking problems. You can't keep blaming fucking Master Shredder. Master Shredder has nothing to do with the fucking situation. You're in the situation. You made the videos. Then you turned around and tried to throw us under the bus. Oh, they edited videos. We didn't edit no fucking videos, Cecil. Stop. And you keep saying that. You keep saying, oh, these people edit videos. And you do that when you start new jobs and stuff. You don't help yourself. Fuck me, Cecil. Just... Oh... Here's the thing. There's going to be people now that is never going to let you have peace. But it's going to be fucking less if you take responsibility. Even if you take responsibility, some people are not going to forgive you. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to fucking forgive you. I know you fucking accused me of being a CP and everybody else. I know you don't fucking mean it, Cecil, but it's still fucking serious, like. I know it's just a weapon you use against people, but it's lying, Cecil. That's the thing. We know it's lying because we're not those kind of people. And you admitted that this is your line of defense. Is fighting back. Fighting back with vile, but fighting back with lies. Fighting back with lies never worked, Cecil. It never fucking does. Trust me, I lied for years. I lied through life for years. I didn't start living on it until I started getting some home truths. Just take responsibility. Okay. It's kind of dodgy around here. Just two people passing, but I thought they're not going to come near me. Sometimes I pull up and there's drunk people outside. Not good. Not good. But see, the thing is, Cecil, I'm fucking distracted. And I can't remember what I was fucking saying. Oh yeah. I'm taking the L. You take the L and you put your hand up and you fucking take responsibility. It's not really an L, is it? Because you won. You're willing to take responsibility. Be remorseful. Change your life. Be an inspiration to others. You keep talking about being an inspiration to others. You can't be an inspiration to others if you lie all the time. Nobody's listening to you, Cecil, because we know you lie. So you can't inspire other people if you're a serial liar. You have to get rid of the lie part of it first. Jared Lysek, he stuck his hand up. He'd done things to his cousin when he was younger. Jared Lysek was in... he's the operator of the YouTube channel Adventures with Purpose. Once this happened, the people that worked around him left. They set up their own companies. They set up their own search teams. Anybody who's not familiar with Adventures with Purpose, it started off just cleaning up rivers and stuff, taking cars out of rivers, until one day they found a missing person in one of those cars. Now they've got sonar and they have little boats and they go around and they're searching for missing people, and there's all about the clues and stuff like that. Thing is, he's admitted to it. He didn't talk about it on his fucking channel. These other guys that are doing their own thing now, they're not talking about him anymore. He's not getting shit thrown at him. Do you know why? Because in some way he's given back to society by giving some closure to people. People stopped watching his channel. I started watching it again then afterwards. He may still have flaws in his character or whatever, but he fucking does a great job. And and he's given back to society. I'm sure he's fucking remorseful or whatever. But you don't see that fucking dragging on for fucking years. At the time it was all over the fucking internet. It was all over the fucking place. It was a massive scandal. That soon went away. Don't think he talked about it publicly. Dealt with it privately, etc. Just moved on. And he's, at the same time, he's doing good things. I don't know what... He may be a narcissist. I don't fucking know. He seems to be. I've seen flaws in his character when he worked with other people. You know? But he didn't make a snowball like you. You know, you wanted to be the ghost box session man. You wanted to be known for Kaneki Jenkins' ghost box session. I'm not going to go into that. That's fucking, you know, this is conspiracy theory bullshit and stuff like that. You wanted to be a musician, and you ended up known on the internet for a couple of videos. One in particular. One fucking video. Cecil Wayne Carroll, High Street Paranormal, Seal Up High Street. Not connected with Music Paranormal. Connected with this freaking scandal that you're involved with. It's not her fucking fault. I know we spread awareness and stuff like that. But you've got the power to fucking stop all this. Stopping all this isn't lying about us. Because that never worked, Cecil. That never worked. Making us out to be the bad guys? How long are you going to continue calling us the bad guys when it's never worked? Just put your hand up and move on with your life, Cecil. You know, you're going to have less fucking people giving you shit. Then you don't need to talk about it anymore. The reason why we're pushing you to talk about it is because you're not taking accountability. If you took accountability, I'd shut the fuck up. You don't need to talk about it anymore. You take accountability and move on with your life. I'm not going to push her. I'm sure the other people that follow me, they're not going to push you back into this. So all we want is accountability, Cecil. You know, for the sake of those people, for the sake of those girls, do you know what I mean? Just. Then again, do you know, you went on for 10 years. It's. Is it in your making at this point? Is there any hope of change? Or are you going to be always the same? I didn't see very much evidence of change. Even though the opportunities were there for you. Loads of opportunities were there for you to make changes in your life. And we were helping you along the way. We were giving you fucking advice and everything. You threw it all in our fucking faces. Called us all liars. How's it working out for you, Cecil? Do you know? God damn it, you could have been, you know, if you were interested in the paranormal, you could have got into paranormal communities. And you could have had friends around you. Yeah, yes, every fucking paranormal community knows about you and knows to stay a fucking mile away from you because you get into them communities and you start abusing women for some reason. You need to sort that shit out, Cecil. People don't like when you've... Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. 14 quid. Parkside. Changing the subject. It's a little socket set for $14.99 at Lidl. Parkside little socket set and a little screwdriver set. I'm going to keep this in the car for emergencies, and I'm going to take my toolbox into my house because the toolbox, my boot isn't that big, So I wanted to still have tools in my car, but I wanted it sort of compact. How do you fucking close it now? You know, I'm not using tools every day, so... But these seem to be strong quality. You know, why have I bought tools before? You know this cast metal? And they're very badly cast. And then they end up rounding nuts. Or you put full pressure on the spanner and the spanner snaps. And your fucking knuckles end up getting busted. Along with breaking your spanners. You know? But, Cecil, what kind of triggered all this off was I seen a short from you. You said we didn't have the courage to talk to you face to face. Yet you're blocking people for commenting on your channel. I can understand some of it, but at the same time, it just looks like you're running away. This is your last chance, Cecil. This is your fucking last chance. You can drop me a comment on my channel. You're not blocked. I didn't fucking block you. You can comment on any of my fucking videos, and if I don't see the comment, I most likely will, but if I don't see the comment again. I'll drop you a link. We can organise a time. We can talk this out. And I swear to everything that's valuable to me. My sole goal is to sort this shit out. Not there for comedy. I'm not trying to drag you for comedy like I normally do. Want to have a serious conversation? I'm going to have a serious conversation. I'm not fucking pulling you into a trap or any of that shite. I've said that on a video and people can hold me to it. And if I fucking lie, let all my subscribers turn against me. Because I deserve it. Because then I'm a fucking liar, Cecil. We give you this opportunity before. You know? We give you this opportunity before. You have an opportunity. We can... You know, my last idea, right? My last idea was that we would have serious conversations and try and sort this out in a respectful and honest way, which means we were going to have two moderators. A moderator on our side, keeping you in line, and a moderator on your side, keeping us in line if we step out of the way. So, try to do things in a fair sort of way. Not going to fucking invite you onto a fucking panel and then bring up all my friends to dogpile on you. That's not the way I would do it. No. No. The last time was supposed to be the last time, Cecil. Do you know? And Shredder was pushing all that. Me and Shredder were talking. Let's sort this out. This is just going around in circles. And he says, you're fucking right. Let's put an end to this. Let's sort it out. You didn't take up on the offer for some fucking reason. I can understand you're in a vulnerable position because there's a whole lot of people dogpiling on you. We're going to have a conversation. It's going to be me and you. Not my friends. Don't pile it on you. That's not the way to do things. Because honestly, Cecil, at the end of the day, you've got these girls that, in their childhood, these things happened. I'm sure things happen to you. I'm not completely blind and unaware that things happen to you. But you keep dragging it up. Healing can't take place when you keep dragging things up. It's been dragged through the internet. Do these girls want all this dragged through the internet? I'm sure they don't. How are they supposed to fucking heal, Cecil, if this keeps going? And it's you that keeps the fucking ball rolling here, not us. It was supposed to be for justice. It was supposed to be for peace. You know? Some people say that you should be fucking thrown in jail now. I'm not one of those people. So, there's people that are in my community that may kind of disagree with me. But we're not going to fucking agree on everything, are we? Do you know what? All I want is fucking peace and righteousness done for everybody. You as well. You can move on with your fucking life. You're going camping in there, camping with your family and stuff to chill out and stuff. And some of the time, it keeps coming back. So you crawl into the woods and do a video attacking Shredder or whatever. It's not very far from your mind all the time, Cecil, is it? And when you get flustered, you have to make a fucking silly video about it. Here's an opportunity to put it all to bed. You don't have to talk about it anymore. Putting the wrongs right. It's time to put away the lies, because the lies never worked. You're putting out on YouTube that we're all liars. Out into the fucking intervals. But you know what? The only people that are listening to you, or the only people that are watching you, it's us. You're talking to us. You're not talking to anybody else. You're not talking to a new person or whatever. Most new people will go, fucking, what's this all about? People with brains. What happened to Queen Tasty, Cecil? What happened to her? Do you know there was times that Cecil, that Queen Tasty says, I'm sick of this shit. Move on, bro. Don't talk about it. And you said, I know, Queen Tasty, but sometimes we have to talk about these things. Because these fucktards. Fuckwads. And you think you hurt us with that. That actually is funny. So continue calling us fucktards. It's fucking really funny. When you get wound up and you calling us fucktards. I find that hilarious. But, on a serious note, please sort this shit out, Cecil. Then you can go and do your paranormal stuff. I don't agree with your paranormal stuff. I have a different way of looking at things. You see, the thing is, Cecil, let's talk about... I'm supposed to be going into my fucking house and having a cup of tea. You think the truth is people that have lots of subscribers when it comes to the paranormal. Cecil, we're on an entertaining platform. It's not about truth, unfortunately. The truth in the paranormal and real paranormal research and real paranormal investigations don't really have a place on YouTube. You know why? Because it's fucking boring as fuck sometimes. People want to watch YouTube videos to be entertained. How do they entertain? They make shit up. They chop things up. And these paranormal teams that have these TV contracts. Cecil, if you look into the fucking research, do you know what happens when you get a TV contract and you are pushed in a certain direction and the viewership is starting to drop off? What does the TV company want you to do? They want you to put excitement into the production. That means pulling some stunts. That's how most or almost all of these people, all of these fucking TV productions end up throwing away their credibility for some success on TV. And the ones that refuse to do it, they get dropped by the TV productions, the TV networks. They get dropped. Say, well, the viewership's dropped off. And Ghost Adventures is pulling stunts here, and there's fucking, full-bodied apparitions, and there's communication every fucking minute or so, and it's keeping the viewers in. We need some of that, folks. We need some of that. Doesn't happen. Do you know why we know it doesn't happen? Because some of us go ghost hunting. And we see what the reality is. See, you've been doing the paranormal on YouTube before me. And you still think that Zach Bagans is legit? Zach Bagans admitted that the entertainment comes first and the ghosts come second. So, he's there to make money. That's why he's rich. Fair fucks to him. When they started off was a couple of friends in a little black, do you know one of them little black Nissan Cube, I think it was? You know them boxy looking things? That's all they had. They drove around in that and had camcorders. That's all they had. Now they're rich. You know? Well, Zach Bagans is rich. I don't know about the rest of them, but, they're doing okay. But that's not... It's success in business, but it's not success in YouTube, or not success in the paranormal, because people know that they have to pull stunts. The networks require it. I thought you would have figured that out by now if you're a paranormal researcher. You see, you would have figured that out if you went out ghost hunting. Instead of going to Bobby Mackey's once or twice or whatever and then doing a spirit box session in a supposedly haunted car wash. A butt-grabbing ghost. And it was just a short. It was just... It's not the way things go, Cecil. You've been doing the paranormal way longer than me on YouTube. And you haven't figured out... You know, look at these programs and start picking holes. That's what happened to me. I believed in Ghost Adventures. I'm saying, Jesus, when I get well... I wasn't well for a while. I was hardly able to walk. I'm sitting watching Ghost Adventures and Omar Gosh and stuff. So I'd love to get well and be able to go out and do these things. And I did. I got well. I went out doing these things. Then reality hit, Cecil. Because even before I started going out, I was going, in normal everyday life, when people go into these things don't happen every minute or so. There's something going wrong here. It's the same with Steve Huff stuff. Steve Huff started off with the Sanji and Little Hat Radio and other ghost boxes and stuff like that. Then the money started getting to his head. Thing is, he fucked up along the way with this thing about selling these wonder boxes and stuff. You see all these pedals, like noise gate and reverb and stuff like that. You can get circuit boards, and you can make a nice box, and then you could call it your own. But you can't just buy branded pedals and a branded amplifier box and say this is your own invention, this is your own creation. You're just sticking pedals on a box. Just like I stick pedals on a pedal board and connect it up to an amplifier. Musicians do it all the time. But if he had the circuit boards, and even if he didn't know how to do it himself, he got somebody else to do it and create a lovely little box, and it's nice and presentable and stuff, then you could call it his product. But, he didn't do that. And he could have made money. He could have been successful. But he's not, he hasn't been successful in doing that because he didn't execute the idea properly, if you know what I mean. He was fucking too lazy to do that. If he had a good business sense, he could have just found out about the circuit boards and get them sorted out, design a nice fancy box and a fancy speaker and where to put the little buttons and all the rest of it, and make a lovely creation. And he would have sold those fucking things. But no, he decided to get the super glue out and some Velcro taping all these pedals to the side of an amplifier. I can't understand why he done that. Why'd you do that, Steve? Steve. And then putting Christmas lights and stuff. It looks a mess. It's horrible. It's like a kid's art project. But I'm veering off the point a bit. I believed what Steve Huff was getting when he moved from Spirit Box. The stuff what he was doing with the Spirit Box, the Joe's Box, and he had all sorts. He had money. He had money to spend it on different other people's Spirit Boxes, radio Spirit Boxes, and I thought that stuff was great. And he actually did get good stuff. Then things changed. And it just started to become more secretive. Less, he wasn't, the honesty wasn't there in it anymore, you know what I mean? And I started picking holes. Like a lot of people do. Some, order of magnitude figured it out before me. I have to admit that. I subscribed to order of magnitude, and when I seen he was pulling Steve Huff apart, boy, the fucking comments I was putting in order of magnitude's videos. I was fucking angry as fuck, and I said, fuck you, and everything, and fuck order of magnitude, and these fucking purple dinosaur and all the rest of it. So a while later, it was a year or 2 years later, he comes up on my feed by accident. I forgot about the fucking guy. I said, fuck him. Dare him fucking say things about Steve Huff. He's just fucking jealous because he's not getting the communication he's getting. Stuff like that. thing was, my friend died in 2015, and I thought this Steve Huff was giving me hope that I was going to be able to contact her. And I found out by myself. Started picking holes, and then all of a sudden, Order of Magnitude's channel popped up on my recommended, and I looked at it and I go, you know something, the guy was fucking right. I should have fucking listened. But I had to make my own fucking mind up. I can't just take his word for it. You know? The thing is, I was fucking angry too. I thought I was going to be able to talk to my friend. She was only 31 when she died. And I miss her. You know, I had some sort of hope that I was going to be able to contact her, and Steve Huff was going to show me the way to do it. My hopes and expectations were completely dashed. And I can't forgive that for some reason. I have to try to at some point. But I'm still angry. You know what I mean? I have to work through that anger, and I have to learn to fucking forgive. And, you know, so I'm not carrying around a millstone around my fucking neck. But you know what I mean? But Cecil, the point is, people have subscribers, loads of subscribers on YouTube. That doesn't mean they're fake, or they're real. It most likely means that they're fucking fake because they're scaring the shit out of their audience. Running out of graveyards and running out of cemeteries and capturing demons in basements with no actual evidence. But it scares the shit out of their audience, and their audience loves that shit. They're looking at horror films, little fucking horror films on a Saturday night. Like twin paranormal screaming their heads off and stuff like that. And I'm too old for that shit. Sam and Cody or whatever their names are. You know, they're successful, they're making money and stuff. But I wouldn't call them credible paranormal people. I call them very good filmmakers. Well, they're not my thing, but they're successful in making films, making videos. Would I ask them to investigate my supposedly haunted house? No, they'd be the last people I'd get in to investigate my haunted house, because they don't have a fucking clue. They pretend to do. It's a pretend world, Cecil. Like I say, you've been in the paranormal longer than me. Thought you would have fucking figured it out by now. But your brain seems to be wired in a different kind of way for some reason, and I'm still trying to understand it. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. I want a cup of tea. I'm sick talking about it, Cecil. Bye. Good luck. And hope you have a nice day. Or the rest of your fucking weekend. Whatever. Bye.